I think I'm supposed to stand over there.
We have young kids. What do you expect? Oh, this interview.
Can it be? Yeah.
What do you think of rugby, Chaz?
It's a terrible sport.
Why?
What? Yeah, why?
Yeah, why? You always dish it. Why is it a terrible sport?
Because it's for
Because
me.
you're not good at it.
No,
is that why?
not at all. I think I probably would be quite good, quite talented at it, and I think you know that as well. But I also just think I just don't think it's that entertaining. I don't think it needs a huge. I don't think it needs the biggest level of talent in comparison to other sports. I'm just saying what I think. I just think there's an attitude towards a lot of rugby play. There's like an attitude from rugby towards football, which I don't like, which is probably my attitude towards rugby, which is probably the back towards it. Yeah, just
what like someone like if you tap with football and he falls over and he like needs stitches for a little graze.
But
rugby players just go off, get stitches.
Get on and have stitches in my head and go back on and have CT for the rest of my life. Brilliant.
Yeah. But so footballers going to get it as well with banging their heads on the ball.
No. I just don't know. I just think
fair enough. Everyone's allowed
rugby's just not for me. I respect these sports,
yes,
but it's not for me.
Fair enough. That's
not
great.
For me. Moving on.
And why don't you like rugby, Mikes?
Because I didn't like getting battered every fucking
You didn't like
game.
get hurt.
We played that Christmas
charity game.
charities, wherever it was, and I remember getting. I think it was you. You were like you scrum half. Is that
fly half?
Whatever position you. I don't know. It wasn't half.
Something half.
You were like you said to me because I was on the wing. You were like, all right, Mikey, just run and I'll kick it to you. And I was like, okay, got it. You kicked it to me. Great pass. It bounced. I caught it. Funnily, I don't know what the right word is. I caught it and I just went down and just got a knee in the head. And I was like, why? Why don't I want to do this ever again? So since then, stopped.
But that happens in football, though.
That's
people kick you.
Yeah, but rugby, you're going out intentionally to batter the other person, basically to tackle them hard, bring them to the floor. Whereas football, you're not going out
trying to win the ball.
Yeah, but you're like the part of it is the tackling where you have to push them onto the floor. Whereas football,
basically, you're just saying you're just pussy.
Maybe, but football's also more skill based. Sorry, the biggest pussy-o rugby player is you.
No, I know.
You love rugby, fair enough.
Yeah,
you play fly half and avoid tackles.
Yeah, but I'm very good at avoiding tackles.
Because when you see the big
other
fucking
people,
crazy flank, whatever they're called, coming towards you, you just pass the ball away.
My mate next to me goes in and tackles.
Yeah. That's true, though, isn't it?
Yeah. So you did start with rugby, tag rugby, and then
when we was kids,
mini rugby. Yeah. Well, Jamie was into it because we are friends, they're kids, and we all did a little bit of rugby on a Sunday, mini rugby, and then you got into football, I think, at school, and then there was football in the local park and up at Zebon.
Yeah,
and that's where you started. I think you started with.
So you basically
Rovers,
you introduced me to rugby, and you made me play it. Well, not maybe.
But you found football.
Well, no. So I played rugby, and I remember I was the fastest person there, and it was tag rugby, so no one could catch me. So they had to tell me off because they were like, "You need to pass the ball." I was no, just run with it.
That's where it all started.
Yeah, and then I got introduced to football. So bear in mind, I'm like a 6-year-old kid, right? I got introduced to football, and at 6 years old, I decided that rugby sucked.
No, I think at 6 your friendship group. I think you were more interested with your friendship group in playing football, which is fine. So then I came to watch you
play football
when you were
and you thought
under
talent.
sevens.
You went talent.
Let
me coach this talent.
You were playing under 8s, but you were an under 7.
I stepped up the level, mate.
Well, your mates were, because I remember James, who organised it,
me and a couple of mates stepped up.
And then I used to watch, and being one of those competitive dads, I've always been a view is if you're going to criticise people or comment, then you stick your hand up. And he asked if I would help, because the following year you stayed at under. You were playing
maybe
under 8. You stayed back a year.
Your shit.
You stayed back a year to play in your right age group because you had to. So then that's when I started my illustrious managerial coaching career. Got my FA level 1.
Would you say you were a good coach to me?
Would I say I was a good coach?
Would you say you're a good coach?
Would I say I'm a good coach?
It's not a fucking hard question, is it? Would you say you were a good coach? Speak English?
A good coach? No, I don't think I'm not a bad coach. I think I'm probably better at organising people to help me with coaching.
You're more like a
manager.
A man manager. Like a Ferguson was more of a man manager. And he got...
How's it go, Mike?
Yeah. And but Ferguson was the man manager and he had coaches around him.
But I think it's like in any team though.
So you think for me, you wasn't that good of a coach. You were more of a man manager. You pulled me over to the side and give me a sharp word.
Yeah.
Did you? I don't remember one time you pulled me over to the side.
No, I didn't. Word. Do you know, I didn't do it with my own kids. I didn't have a go at you because it's hard.
You definitely should have.
No, but it's hard.
Like this.
You know, it's always hard picking, but it was good that both of you were able to own your spots in the team. You were good enough. You were one of the better players in the team. So there was never that question of like, oh,
there was a rumor that went around, and I want you to be honest here.
Right. What rumor was that?
So as a youngster, I must have been. How old was I when I had trials for Reading?
So I think those trials were probably about 9.
So just to clarify, were they proper
9.
Reading FC trials?
They were.
Yeah. So
should I talk you how this happened?
Yeah, no, wait, before you, this is what I want to say before. You can talk it for in a sec. But so I had trials for Reading as a kid. So as a talented 8-9-year-old footballer, right?
So
I had trials for Reading. Yeah, but what I want to know is there was a little rumour that went round briefly at some point, and I think I've asked you before, but just clarify for me.
Yeah.
Did I get a trial because of you,
No.
or did I get a trial based on talent? Because there was a rumour that you sort of slipped me in because you were the manager and you could.
No. So I'll tell you how it happened. We were at a tournament. Okay, we're at a tournament, and this guy who had like your sixth form badges,
Dodgy guy
walked over. He said,
"I like those 3 8-year-old kids."
Literally, he was like, "I'm a scout from Reading," and he goes, "I like the look of your 9, 10, and 7, and would like to invite them up to a trial."
Mm-hmm.
And it just happened to be you, Lewis, and Dan Botha. So you 3,
yeah.
And so I said, "Oh, okay, that's fine." So we spoke to their parents. Said, "Yeah, we go up there," and it was so we all went up to Reading when they had the dome, and we were all congregate outside, and there was all these kids. There were loads, and these guys said, "Right, well done, everyone. You're all here because you're good, and you've been selected to come along." And he said, "These are 3 things that can happen. 1, you could be selected for the academy, which is going to be very unlikely. 2, you would be invited back for a 6-week sort of run, or 3, you'll end up going to a regional development centre." Okay, so whatever happens from here,
Funny thing is, I don't remember going to any of the above.
And I explained to you why. Yeah.
Okay.
So these 3 things were what are going to happen. So this was 2 weeks. We came back for 2 weeks, and you played inside the dome. If you remember, you play these games, and with 2 games on either pitches.
I think I was shitting myself. Yeah.
But so it was quite competitive. So anyway, at the end of it, they made a call, and we got this call. They said, "We'll get in touch with you." And so anyway, so Lewis and Dan got invited back for the 6 weeks.
Yep.
And we didn't hear anything about you. And you were going, what's going on? So I rang up and I said, "Can you just explain to me what's happening to my son?" Because he's 2 of his mates, and he's questioning why he hasn't had a call. He doesn't know anything. And they said, "Oh, no, he hasn't made the 6 week, but he'll be invited to the regional centres for development."
Yeah.
I said, "Oh, yeah, that's good. So when's that going to happen?" "Oh, we don't know. We haven't set them up yet." And I said, "Oh," they said, "Yeah." And I said, "Well, how's that going to work?" He said, "Well, you have to pay for it." And I said, "Oh, do we?" So anyway, that never happened. But it was the worst thing that ever happened to you, because it destroyed your confidence.
Before you carry on, hold your thought.
Destroyed your confidence.
Yeah, but just hold your thought. Because my Reading trials as a kid, right? I remember this, and this is not a joke. This is not me being salty. This is nothing, right? This is what it was. Every person that scored a goal, they pulled over and got their name. And I didn't score in the trial, and they never got my name. And that is not a joke. I swear on my life, every person that scored, they pulled over and took their name. I didn't score.
Yeah.
Maybe there was other reasons.
Maybe. But
okay, here's the question. Out of those 3 players that went, was I actually the worst of the 3 at that point in time?
Do you know what?
Be honest.
No, it's hard to say, because I tell you, it was so subjective, because there were so many different coaches, and they were all looking for different things.
No, but in your opinion, out of those 3, I was the worst at the time. I'd say I probably was at the time.
At the time, don't know. No, I don't think so, because I think you all had the ability at the time. I mean, Lewis probably had a bit more aggression, but then Dan both he
could finish.
He was a good finisher at the time.
Yeah.
But I think
what was I good at then?
I think you were an all rounder then.
Clearly nothing.
But the thing was,
it made the 6 weeks.
It ruined you. That.
Yeah, so why did it ruin me? Talk us through that.
Because the next season you lost your confidence. You didn't score. You really lost your confidence. It really knocked you, and it really made me think as a parent that these things for kids going through these trials are not the be all and end all of everything. And then once you got it out your system,
so how did you help me get it out of my system as a father?
Just keep playing football, son. Don't worry about it. You're good enough.
Just pretend. Tell him he's good.
Yeah, you're good. We're still doing it. No.
That's horrendous, by the way.
Well,
no,
but isn't it? Isn't. But so I was listening to Dean.
It?
No, I'm not saying it isn't. But I was listening to Dean Ashton, right, who is playing in a charity game today or something. This Talk Sport have got a game.
Yeah. And
he got injured before his England debut, and now his ankle's fused. And he said, so they asked him the question, "What? How do you feel about Ben White?" And he said, I'm really struggling with it because he said, I would have died for the opportunity to play for my country. I would have died for the opportunity because he got injured just beforehand. But he said, but I do understand on the other part of it, there is an instinct, some of these players, when they go away on a camp and they just know they're there to make up the numbers, they're not going to play and they're put in a hotel. No, but he said that viewpoint for some of them is, but for me, when you start out in sport, you want to go as far as you possibly can. And even when you get that opportunity to play, even in training, and you might think you're not considered, prove them wrong.
Yeah, that's my point. Go and prove them wrong. If you don't think you're the better person for that position, go and train better than the rest of them.
Yeah.
But it's horrendous. I think it's an arrogance from Ben White not wanting to play for England. It's terrible.
None of us know the real reason.
No, but whether we know or not, like there's a level of arrogance to it, unless there's a really big reason that we don't know behind the closed doors, or whatever. But you should be die. Like people would die literally to have a chance at doing that. Yeah. So on a tangent, if you know.
Yeah, of course.
Who was the easier child out of us two to bring up?
To bring up?
Yeah, like just in childhood. So you're the dad, you're the child. Who was the more pain in the arse? Like, don't just say me because it's the easy answer.
No, you were the wind-up merchant. You were attention seeker.
Attention seeker?
Well, you would try to get him into Mikey.
So true.
Mikey was good at stropping. Yeah.
Oh no, he still is.
Yeah, no, he does.
He lost that technique.
When Mikey gets a strop, he gets a strop on, and it's hard. You got to leave him alone and just let him.
Fuck off.
Let him go off and get off on his way. But you were like middle child. Like you had to annoy. So you couldn't have Mikey sitting there, Jamie sitting there, minding their own business. You had to come in and push and prod.
And but those two like just would go at me, so I had to just show dominance.
They wouldn't go at you.
We'd go at you because you'd prod us. No. It wasn't because we didn't go, actually, you're not doing anything.
But to be honest, though, you weren't difficult kids to bring up because you were active. You always were doing stuff. You were out with your mates.
Because you're at work.
Probably. No, but earning money to pay for all your things. No, but you all had good friendship groups. You all had your after school clubs.
Weekends. So
football. Our life revolved around football.
Yeah, but forget coaching. So who was?
No, it's football. It was easy because you went and played football, and then you came home and you went on your games and you went to your friends. You had sleepovers. It was easy.
Yeah.
I mean, you all had your friendship groups, and it was like that. And then we would.
So basically, what you're saying is having kids is easy.
No, I'm not saying it's easy. No. But I mean,
you were just blessed with 3 kids.
I think you're a product of your mum and me, and that's what happens. And it's like, but I think it's how much effort parents put in with their children. If you ignore them and don't stimulate them, then they can be pain in the backside.
Did you ignore us?
No, never.
He was managing you for 12 years, whatever it was. 10 years, yeah. He's there every week with you.
I love taking you football and watching you football and stuff.
Yeah, just digging at my
dad. Mikey's the only one who's ever taken me to a football match.
Taking you to a football match?
Yeah, to me to Chelsea.
No. I voluntarily gave my ticket away so you could go with him.
No, he invited me though.
Yeah, which was my ticket.
He could have taken a friend.
Yeah, again, but it was my ticket.
Spinning it onto you, it was. I asked Dad. Did you ask Dad?
It was a Chelsea game, which I'm not a Chelsea fan, which I said you can have the ticket.
Against Dortmund, and no one expected Chelsea to win, and they did. A good game, wasn't it? But growing up, I think football was everything you did there, wasn't it, really? There was no other sports. Apart from swimming. We had to do swimming.
No, why did you... Yeah, this is a weird one. Right? And I'm going to at parents out there, right? This is like...
I'll tell you why we did swimming.
I don't know if this was you or mum or both. But why do parents do this, right? They force you to do swimming lessons until... not just until you're competent at swimming, until you can, until a flipping gold award.
So...
No.
There was a logic to this.
Go on. What? That I've got to be... Suddenly I'm going to have to swim 1,000 metres and get my badge. You know what I mean?
The reason why we did swimming, and we thought we'd stop it when you get to the award.
Gold award, by the way.
You didn't have to do the bronze. It was...
it was gold. I had to do gold. So, but my point is,
I thought we got to the...
Nope, it was bronze. And they made us do swimming till bronze. So they made us... So basically, we had to be...
very simple.
We had to have the technique of flipping Michael Phelps nearly, just because of, I don't know, in case one day of our lifetime we got thrown off a boat in the middle of the sea.
The whole motivation...
And we're going to swim...
Yeah, well, that's the whole motivation. The whole motivation was to be able to go on holiday and you be able to jump... Because holidays are always revolved around the sea.
What about to be a competent swimmer?
Well, you were, but we just thought that would be a good place. After that was your decision whether you progressed or not, and you all went no.
No, we never wanted to go. Never enjoyed them.
You all did your swimming lessons, but you got your badges, didn't you?
Exactly. And I think,
you all go on holiday, and we, as parents, we felt safe that when you jump in the pool,
we could actually swim. And I think the gold was 1,000 meters. I think it was a kilometer. I'm sure it was.
No. So the kilometer was its own badge.
Did you get your gold?
Yeah, we all got.
So
a gold.
look at the award. Look at that. You got awards.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, but why do parents do that?
So we can go on holiday and
they
feel
have to worry
safe.
about their kids in the sea and like.
What if you're
swimming?
standing on holiday and
you
you're going, I want to go to war, we're going to
What
war.
I'm saying is
and
we
you
don't need a
put
gold
your
award.
armbands
You could
on.
have just
What, just
got
put
us
your
to a
armband
level
on?
where we're competent swimmers.
Well,
I
that's
don't need
where
a
we.
flipping gold award.
That's where we felt you were
Like
competent.
by like I think it was loads of badges before gold award. I was decent at swimming.
Yeah, but did you? I got mine a year before, but you and Jamie got yours, so I'm the better swimmer.
There you go.
I got mine silver and gold in the same lesson. I'm a joke.
I'll beat you in a swim race, mate. I'm not involved.
There you
mate.
go.
I was beating a swim race.
Hang on, Charlie's probably faster than
Do you
Michael Phelps over 2 meters.
I don't think you ever come to a swim lesson.
They were always in during this day. When
It was
all
like Gran who did. Mum did.
Yeah. So mum and dad made us go swimming, then didn't take us swimming. They got the Gran to take us
because Mum was
swimming.
working and Gran was coming
Mum
up.
weren't working.
She was working at home.
Oh, was she?
Yeah.
Mm.
So you obviously don't know these things.
Debatable.
When you have children, as they say, when you
Yeah.
have children, you'll know about it.
So you forced us to go swimming lessons.
We didn't force you.
And yes, you did. You forced us to go swimming lessons, never came to watch. You could have come to watch. You could have taken time off work.
What, for half an hour while you're swimming? I did
Yours,
actually.
imagine-
I actually did sit there with Gran at a swimming lesson once, and then but none of you.
How
or
boring
tw-
would that be? That's
you
so
can't-
boring.
Which one's yours? Can't see
The one in
it.
the water. That one.
Exactly.
Who cares? Well, at least we can swim though.
Exactly.
You might not be able to swim. I know people who can't swim. Like,
Exactly.
your best mate can hardly swim.
He can, but he's competent enough to be able to move
Who,
in the water.
Jim? Jim wouldn't go in the sea, would he?
Oh, but
How far?
I don't
If
know.
you said swim to the buoy, he wouldn't.
No, when
Exactly.
we were on holiday and he jumped in the pool, some of us would jump in with him just to make sure he was all right. In a pool.
Yeah, but that was also more like banter as well, like game.
But even so, it's a good skill to have.
What else did they do in childhood that you wouldn't want to do?
Oh, rugby.
Other than rugby and swimming, we didn't want to do. Well, no, you did want to do.
You
tried
didn't do
rugby.
music, really, did you?
No, were you a violinist?
No, a bit of a guitar, but never really did anything
Acting,
like that.
you did it drama.
Mikey
Mikey.
did drama school.
Oh, that's why he's so good at it. He went to drama
That
school
was
with
my
Clay.
choice, though. That was
Saturday
me, Clay.
mornings.
We decided
I
to
used
do
to
that.
take you up Saturday mornings up to Guildford.
Yeah.
Just so you know, when you're doing a podcast, right?
Mm-hmm.
A little dig at you. You know, when you say like Clay or someone, as if the viewers know, you say like maybe Mikey's best mate or something. Like,
Well, I can do, but
no,
then
I'm
you can.
just trying to help you out.
But it's a good way of bringing you in. You can say you're Clay, one of your best mates growing up. Yeah.
There we go. Just because I know the viewers are our friends.
His surname will remain nameless
No,
because
we
you
won't
could
do
look
his
him up.
name,
But
but
actually, he's big into his music, and so look him up. Clay, what's it? Clay X or something? Clay Aim.
It's a number of the alphabet. It was close. You weren't actually close. You said Clay M. What was it? What did you say?
It's claim.
And
Clay.
you said Clay X. He's getting a free shout out, mate.
Exactly.
Talking about shout outs, do you want to quickly shout out yourself and your own podcast?
Well, I can do.
Come
But
on,
my
explain to the
inspiration
viewers.
behind what I'm doing is obviously I took up that sport called pickleball, and you go pickle what? But anyway,
Before you carry on,
here we go.
Mikey's going to show for the audio listeners, the
the
audio listeners, Mikey's showing the Pickleball podcast logo. He's covering my face with it. And Dad has decided to start a Pickleball podcast, which is filmed, as you may know already, in the Augeyboyz studio. So all of the profit will be coming to our pockets. No, I'm joking. But yeah, talk to viewers in a brief way through your ideas and why you're doing it, and promote yourself.
Why am I doing it? One, because I just sort of fallen in love with the sport. Been doing it for about 15 months. But you guys inspired me when you decided to do your podcast at home, and I thought this is something great. And I just thought there's a sport that I believe is in its infancy and it's going to grow. And it's great to be at on the onset or the beginning of something that might be big, and just to help grow the community. And when we were just chatting, and I sort of said, "Oh, maybe I could do a podcast." And then you walked up the stairs and said, "Well, what a pickle, eh?" And I thought,
So I come up with it. I did come up with the name.
you came up with the
so
name, and then Mike's has been really great helping me set it all up, and
the editor and
and
everything
all
behind
sorts.
it.
And we're
Everything.
everything.
Dad,
Social.
as you can probably guess, Dad is not the
I'm
greatest.
learning the
As
socials.
most parents are, not the greatest with technology.
Not the greatest.
You're
on
getting
social.
better.
Getting better.
What
But
did Dad try to post on his What a Pickle today or yesterday? Tried to post on his What a Pickle account a TikTok, which is his podcast, a video, and you posted it on
clip.
your own account.
on
didn't
my
you?
own account.
So it's
And it did
doable
better on
error.
my own account than it did on the What
Yeah,
Pickle
but
account.
it's an error that do. But basically, Dad's doing a Pickleball podcast. So if you do like Pickleball, make sure you do check out the What a Pickle podcast with your host, Andrew Auger de Rancourt.
Hey,
We'll have lots of guests. Any coming up that we can quickly tease in before we move on?
well, we've had
Thaddeus Locke.
we've had Thaddeus Locke.
Who is who? The best player in the
She is
England?
Britain's #1 female player,
Football
and
player.
who's currently in Miami playing
Pickleball?
for UK against USA, like a Ryder Cup, like a Ryder Cup in Miami.
Yeah.
And the first part 1 of episode 2, part 1 came out last Friday, and
make sure you go and watch it.
part 2 is coming out shortly, which will be
shortly as
tomorrow. But when you see this, we don't know, it'll already be out.
What date is it coming out? The Friday, the
22nd
of March. It'll be out.
So so when you hear this and it's gone past the 22nd of March, it'll still be on YouTube.
Go and have a look, because pickleball is a growing sport.
It's a growing sport, and
and
Mikey's tried it out. And Charlie's tried it out. Charlie's not for you.
No, it's not really my sport, no.
So rugby
but I can see how
rugby
people
and
like
pickleball are not your sports. Mikey
like it.
really enjoyed it.
I enjoyed it when we did that the Red Nose Day.
We did that Red Nose Day event.
Relief. That was really good fun.
Yeah, we raised just under $2,000.
We played together. We did quite well.
We did really well. Mikey's got it. He just needs to be a little bit more ruthless at times.
Yeah, but I feel a bit bad.
But you're consistent. That's what's really good, and that's what the game's about.
Would the Augeyboyz work, in your opinion, on primetime telly? Could they get jobs as actors?
Definitely. We've already had this conversation that one of your team thought that you could be the next Ant and Dec, but then you wouldn't be the next Ant and Dec.
What do you mean by primetime telly? Like, would the Augeyboyz is what we do now work, or could we go into something else?
I mean, I just meant like as in not necessarily the Augeyboyz.
Like Saturday Night Takeaway.
No, whatever. Presenting, acting.
Yeah, definitely.
Could they be on like?
But you got to have a personality, Char.
What's to be an actor? No, you don't. You can fake one.
No, I've been acting. No. I think there is.
Sorry, who's the better actor?
Mikey.
Whoa!
Easy. Sorry.
I think Mikey I think Mikey just is a bit freer, but I think because you script and you just he goes off and just lets him be himself. Whereas I think in your head when you're acting.
Sorry. We just both winked at each other at the exact same time. That is weird.
But both turned to each other and winked, but exactly the same time.
I think when you're acting, I think you've got your production and director's head on as well. So I think you're thinking about your acting when you're doing it. Whereas I think Mikey doesn't, because he doesn't have to worry about it because you're doing the production and directing. So
I like to say I'm the Gary Barlow. Mikey's the Robbie Williams.
Hey,
Mikey is the front man, but the brains behind.
I think you're just you,
but we are both good.
But I don't think you're Ant and Dec. You are you, and I think that's what's so.
But my question is, would
of course it would.
Would we both be able to make it as actors?
Of course, I think so. I don't. Not traditional, maybe like the Shakespearean type, and see you on stage.
Yeah, what sort of thing would you throw us into? Would you just be stand-up comedy shows, like in-betweeners or something? Like,
I think you could just. I think you could do your sketches. You know, I don't remember the Fast Show. The Fast Show. You go watch that Harry Enfield and Paul Whitehouse, who used to do different characters, and they're like 1 minute sketches and of different things and different characters, and you've got that with. You could cut to Jurgen Klopp, or you could go and do your footballer, and you could be Harry Kane or whatever. You could have lots of different sketches. And
Dad's just given me an idea, and we have to include this on this podcast now.
What's that?
Dad, what you're going to do right now, if you don't mind, okay? We're going to throw some Augeyboyz characters at you, okay?
Okay, I got to guess who they are.
No, you're going to do your best impression.
Oh, I'm going to do an impression of what you're doing.
Yeah, no. So we're not going to do them. We're just gonna we're gonna do. So the Augeyboyz have lots of different characters, big characters. So
before you move that, who is your favourite character that you do?
No, don't throw this back on me. We can answer.
Who's your favourite character you do?
We can answer these in a minute, right?
I might forget to ask you.
That's fine. So, Dad,
Augeyboyz
here. You're the father.
Okay.
You should have given us some sort of the talent that we have.
Obviously.
Right? So, Mikey's most known for doing Jurgen Klopp.
Yeah.
Can you do your best Jurgen Klopp?
Boom, Jurgen. Yeah. We're going to win the league.
Mikey, thoughts on that impression?
With a little bit, not quite, the oomph from the chest.
Not enough oomph from the chest, yeah.
A bit more,
Sorry, Jürgen.
I don't think you sound.
You made me cry.
Can you go a little bit more German?
Ja, jawohl. Ich bin ein Kugelschreiber.
I really hope he's saying something.
Ballpoint pen?
Correct.
Ballpoint pen, I remember that.
Jawohl.
Okay, moving on to Pickford. So that's my most iconic character. Yeah. I just go for a guy with anger management. So.
I hate you, Maguire.
That was fantastic.
It was just angry. Who else? Pep Guardiola. I mean, you've already got the air.
Pep Guardiola. Can it be? Yeah, I'm the best football manager in the world. Yeah.
More than you believe.
More than you believe.
Can you be?
More than you believe.
That's what China.
More than you believe.
That's more than you believe.
And I'm gonna miss you, Jürgen, but I will sleep better.
That's not bad. That was better than your Klopp one, I'd say.
Oh, thank you.
Who else is in our big characters?
Harry Kane.
Yeah, obviously. Say it. Say in Harry Kane voice. Say yeah, obviously.
Yeah, obviously.
I mean, it wasn't
Have
great.
a hold your tongue.
and let's have
Sorry,
a,
Harry, I'm a
let's have
great
bit
fan of
reference.
yours.
Mikey does a really good Harry Kane.
Yeah, obviously.
Well,
No, I actually,
You
my
put
mate,
your tongue in.
yeah, my mate gave me a
Sorry,
good advice
yeah,
for this.
Harry Kane.
Imagine you're balancing a marble on the end of your tongue. Yeah, obviously.
No, obviously.
Well, obviously, you know, Jadon Sancho.
I think you're going to fight for that because you've got a bad ankle.
Yeah, obviously. Yeah, that's good if you did a marble thing. Yeah, obviously, my name's Harry Kane.
Harry Kane.
I'm the best player in the world.
Actually, but can you do Harry Kane speak in German?
Go on, try it.
Ich bin ein Kugelvater.
I think he's trying his best to learn. Okay, next on.
Well, he's learning German, isn't he?
Next up, Harry Maguire.
I don't know how Harry Maguire speaks.
Well,
How do you do it?
well,
that's
the
it,
way
sorry.
I do it is nothing like how he
Do
speaks.
how you do it.
You alright, guys?
You alright, guys? Yeah, I think I'm supposed to stand over there. And that ball comes, I'm supposed to head it.
That's quite good, actually. All right, you're going to do next up one of my iconic characters, Eric Ten Hag. So I'll do it first, and then you can do it. So to start off, I always go, Anthony Dos Santos. My name is Eric Ten Hag. I talk a lot with the bottom of my chin because no, this bit, sorry, that's not my chin. The bottom of my lip. I talk like this, and I always go, huh?
So I took my lip, yeah, and I go like, yeah, and it's Eric Ten Hag.
He's got the shake. Eric Ten Hag does move a lot around.
I don't know, is that how he speaks? No.
What else? Who else is an
He's
iconic
Dutch,
character?
is he Dutch?
I've gone mind blank on iconic characters.
You're iconic.
Jackie Grealish.
Oh, Jackie Grealish.
that was.
But Brummy.
Jackie Grealish,
Jackie
I'm the best.
Grealish.
All right, yeah. All right, Charlie, I don't have big calves, yeah. All right. I love you.
I mean, to be fair, they're pretty atrocious, but
One more. Trent Alexander-Arnold.
Hey.
go on. Oh, hold on. He needs to quench up.
Yeah, nice.
Hey, Trent here.
Yeah, of course, mate.
Yeah,
That
course, mate.
was your worst one yet.
Yeah, of course, mate. Yeah, I can play in midfield. All right, back. Hey.
All right, let's put before we finish, let's put you under pressure. So
Under pressure.
yeah, so
You think I'm not under pressure?
you're going to answer a question
Yeah.
like as Trent, but
Ooh.
I'm going to ask you like a question as if you were actually Trent. So Trent, what's your favourite position? Where do you prefer playing, right back or centre mid? And explain why.
All right. I like the freedom of right back going into midfield. Hey.
Okay, now I'm going to make it even tougher for you. And this is what Mikey did before,
Yeah.
right? You're going to talk as yourself as Trent. You're going to
As myself.
talk to Klopp. No, you're going to be Trent talking to Klopp. But you're going to be doing an impression of them both. But you're both characters talking to yourselves.
Oh, I've got to
You're
have a
Trent
conversation.
and Klopp. Yeah, with yourself as Trent and Klopp. Go.
Okay, yeah, well, Trent, boom. Oh,
Let's
good to see you.
You're making Trent vice captain.
Trent, I want you to be vice captain. Great, mate. Thanks, Skip.
Thanks, Skip.
Mate, you got to do it. You got to do it. Show me how it's
What am I
done.
doing? What am I doing?
Trent being offered the vice captaincy.
Alexander. Wait, his name's not Alexander. It's Trent. Trent, my boy, come here. Okay, so I want to tell you some big news. Yeah, what is it, boss? This right here. Wait, it's vice captain. Vice captain. This isn't yours. This isn't yours yet. You might wear it, but not today. Who's captain normally?
Van Dijk.
Van Dijk, the king.
Van Dijk just entered as well.
I can't fucking. What is his? What is his? Oh, this guy. No, that's just. I just did German. Yeah, I've got 3 characters now. Okay, so this is not your threat. Okay, haha, boom. Anyway, Van Dijk, take this. Thanks, boss. No, that was.
Thanks, boss.
Oh, boss, mate, I want to be captain, mate. Come on. Where's what about Gerrard? You know, was he captain? I can't remember.
Yes, yeah.
And can you talk to us now? You know, there's been a lot of talk about Jordan Henderson in the England squad, and if he should be in there.
Yeah.
You're now Jordan Henderson. Jordan, what do you think about all the talk about you that you shouldn't have made the England squad? He's Geordie, by the way.
I was going to say why I, man. Why I bring a lot of experience to the side.
That's not Geordie, is it? No. Carry on.
Can I say that, man? Can I say that? Can I be in the squad? Yeah. Can I say?
Do you know how to answer a question?
Not a Geordie accent.
It's difficult though.
It's very difficult.
And this kind of shows
This
how
is
difficult it is.
How bad your accents are.
Yeah, no, our accents. But we've also never claimed to have good accents.
Do you know
have we?
what I don't know if as an opportunity maybe what you could do maybe is do like a half screen where you've got Jurgen on one side, you mirroring him, Charlie doing a pep, mirroring him,
that's
and just
actually a
do
good
a little
shout.
like 50-50 to see.
You'll realise how.
Well, maybe, but that would be quite
Yeah.
funny. You know, you see those like TikTok videos where there's people mimicking the music, the guy's singer.
Yeah.
He's lying there watching, and he's got a little kid singing away, and
Yeah.
he's having that. And like, you could be Klopp talking, and you could be looking
We're doing
at
their
and
thing.
you looking at him going, "You're not doing a very good impression of me, are you?" Of my Klopp.
No, you'll realise there how bad we actually are, but we try. We never
But
claim
people
to
get
be
him, though,
good.
but
We
no.
never claim to be
But
good.
you know,
That's a bloody good video idea, though. Like,
so I get.
as in, I think
commission.
Augeyboyz. I think that might do well with the audience. If we actually did like a side by side, it's almost like we have to just replicate
Yeah.
like Jurgen Klopp for a bit. Like you have to do what he's like on the touchline, then in an
Or
interview.
interview.
Yeah, like you know when he walked out the interview the other day, like, walk out the interview, Mikey, and then no, sorry. No,
I
right.
didn't see
What we're
it.
going to do here is, so Jurgen Klopp walked out of an interview. I'm going to give everyone the context. So Jurgen Klopp was being interviewed by a Scandinavian television company, I'm not sure who, and the guy asked basically why his team lacked intensity in extra time. Jurgen Klopp thought it was a stupid question and basically walked out. So Jurgen Klopp, all right, that's you.
Yeah.
So why did your team lack intensity in extra time?
We did not lack intensity. No, that's Arnie. It's more like, I'll be back.
Yeah. Okay, Mikey, show him how it's done.
I don't know what he said though.
He just walked. Just improvised. He walked out.
Oh, that's easy. Just get up.
So Mikey. Sorry, Jurgen. Why did your team lack intensity in extra time?
I think that's a stupid question. We did not lack intensity. We have young kids. What do you expect? Oh, fuck this interview.
I mean, this has taken an unexpected turn, but it's been really enjoyable.
Very good. I'm enjoying it. It's just great to have you in the Raw, and I think it'd be nice for the viewers to see you
see our
being
dad.
yourselves. No, to seeing being yourselves, because you always hide behind your characters a lot
We
of
don't
the time.
hide.
Well, no, but a lot of people, actors do, isn't it? That they don't want to be themselves. A lot big actors, you never see them in public life, do
Yeah,
you?
exactly.
But
That's what I mean. That's why you don't know these big actors. You see them on screen. People believe that they know these celebrities because they know the characters they play, but they're nothing like that.
And
characters.
you don't, you.
But I know what you mean.
What was the
yeah.
number you came up with, Char? Like billions of views.
Nearly 2 billion views, I think, overall.
No. What was the question you're asking?
Well, the number of people have watched your stuff.
Oh, I've done an estimate from like actual facts and stuff. I think we've probably obtained over 2.5 billion views on all social medias.
That could be repeat views as well, couldn't it? Possibly. But,
Yeah, okay, but if
maybe
not,
a billion.
if not repeat views, it would be over 2 billion.
but,
Over
yeah,
2 billion.
Billion. So
Two, not one,
as a
two.
number, I mean, I think we. Like, how do you measure the difference between a billion and a billionaire? And it's a million seconds is 30 days. Or
No, a
something.
million seconds is 11 days.
And
a million seconds is 11 days.
yeah,
A billion seconds is 32 years.
Yeah,
That's
so
how-
that's
that's
the
the
difference in the scale of it.
That is pretty crazy.
Yeah, no, exactly, and that's why it is. So you guys don't really court fame and much, and the opportunities, like you said the other day, you were out
Here's a
filming, and some
question.
kids came over and said, "Oh, we think
Yeah, shout out to the kids that
say hello to you."
we if you do ever see us, obviously we love to when you come over and say
I think
hello.
also a shout out. I don't know his name, but a lad that came from California. Remember? I mean, it's just
Oh, Mike,
this
go on,
was
you talk.
good. This was a great little story.
No, so we and my dad, when I took him to Stamford Bridge, being a good child I was, and
Son.
we
Child.
were and we were at getting a burger or
We're
hot
getting a
dog,
burger, yeah.
and we were in the queue, and then I think people were in front of us.
They were in front of us, had a Dortmund scarf, split scarf.
Yeah, so
And we heard them chatting.
we had a chat, and then
They were American,
My
I
dad
think.
found out they were Americans from California coming over, and they were just visiting a lot of games. I think they were a Spurs fan
Yeah.
originally.
Yeah, we're Tottenham fans. We're
Tottenham-
Spurs fans.
Tottenham
We're
fan,
going to
exactly.
Tottenham on Saturday.
And it got to the point where the kid kind of just, I think,
Looked to you.
looked to me and was like, "What? Has anyone ever told you look like this YouTuber?" And I was like, I didn't know what to say to that, really.
Did he say, like, you look like one of the Augeyboyz?
Yeah, something like that. And I was like, well, yeah, that's kind of me. And it was very weird. Yeah, but like, I didn't know what to say exactly. And it's weird because he's all the way from California.
Yeah.
And it's just like,
He said, man, can I have a selfie?
we are seen, all over the world. And
Do you think that we classify as famous? Not that it matters.
no,
What is fame?
I
What
don't.
is fame?
Yeah, exactly. What is fame?
I don't know. That's what I'm asking.
No, I don't think so. I never say it. If anyone ever asks.
No way. No, I don't even think.
Celebrity,
near it.
celebrity and fame. I mean, there's a difference. Celebrities, people. I mean, you're human beings. So
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, there's no difference.
And
to
you have a
anyone.
following, and you do a job, and people like what you do,
That's it.
and
that's it.
that's it. And as long as you are polite and respectful to your people, if they ever see you and come to you, which is what you did,
No,
those young
always,
kids.
Always. I think we've always got to be respectful. And
Yeah.
also, along this line, talking about this, this reminds me because someone, when I was in Sweden,
Sweden.
Sweden. I was in
Sven
Stockholm.
Goran Eriksson from Sweden.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
Do you know what? Dad just knows that one person's from Sweden, so
No, he's a
he wanted
football,
to add that to the podcast.
football manager, wasn't he? England football manager. Sven.
Nothing.
All right, name another Swedish
When we
footballer.
talk about Croatia.
Go on,
Luka
Charles.
Modric.
Ibrahimovic.
Oh, no, he said that. All right, shut up.
Isaac.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. But anyway,
Zach.
exactly. But yeah, so a kid recognized me in an arcade in like the outskirts of Stockholm, and he didn't recognize me for like one of my characters. He went up to me and went, you do the Grealish things?" And I was like, "Well, you kind of got it right, but I don't do Grealish. Like it was you, obviously, who plays Grealish." And I was like, "Yeah, I was having a pint." And this.
And have you
it's
told?
Strange.
So we're talking celebrities and or famous people. So you have some famous followers, don't you? Who would be the?
We have spoke about Usain, yeah.
You have spoken about Usain
good
Bolt.
Because Chaz thinks he could beat him in a 1 yard race.
Yeah, we're still debatable, possible, but yeah, he follows you. Who else? Who else of notoriety do you think you're aware of follows you? I mean, you did a thing for Match Attacks, wasn't it? When Jack Grealish watched one of your videos.
Yeah, Jack Grealish knows of us. Declan Rice knows of us. I think a lot of them know of us. I think it's too risky for them to follow us and message us and stuff because obviously we take the piss out of lots of clubs. So,
but you always do it respectfully. You know, it's nothing. It's not personal, is it?
No, it's never personal. But I always say pundits mean what they say, whereas we're just taking the piss.
Bye.